Modifying existing code is a great way to learn scripting. Let's look at a few scripts and modify them for our plates. Modifying existing code is a great way to learn scripting. Let's look at a few scripts and modify them for our plates. Most of the examples have a variables for user modification section, which makes modification easy. To begin, navigate to the Scripting tab. A simple script will appear, containing comments denoted by 2 forward slashes. You can ignore these. The only command is, say, Aloha World. Run the script to see Aloha World displayed at the bottom. Now, modify the script to greet yourself and run it again. Congratulations, you have successfully altered and run a script. Next, we'll be using a much more complicated script. However, you shouldn't have a problem. These examples are designed to be modified and used easily, and this one isn't much more complex than our Aloha World. Open the HitPick script under Scripts, Examples. Again, don't be intimidated by the code. We'll only be modifying the section labeled Variables for User Modification. Let's revisit our prepared data to determine the appropriate hit thresholds. Looking at the normalized data under Neutral Norm, we see that our background signal is a little over 80. This is significantly different from the neutral signal, but it makes sense when we examine the plates. Many samples seem to have an effect on this assay. Our control looks fairly potent, with an average signal around 5. For the sake of this exercise, we'll set a cutoff of 10 for the low threshold. For this assay, we're not interested in up hits, so we'll set the high threshold to 10,000. Now, we just need to change the label name to match ours and rename the output file if desired. Let's run the script. Before reviewing the output, take a look at the message log. The script reports the well count, hit count, and nil count for each plate. The well count should match our plate format. The nil count will increment if a well is missing our label of interest, so in this case, all nil counts should be 0. The hit count tells us how many hits were found on each plate. Depending on your screen, you may see more or fewer hits. Let's look at the data. Opening the hit list, we see the plate ID, well ID, the selected label used for thresholding, the type of hit, low or high, and the well type. In this case, all well types will be sample, meaning controls and artifacts have been filtered out. As an exercise, take a look at the script and try to find where non-sample wells are filtered. Then try to find other parts, such as where high and low thresholds are checked, where the data is appended, etc.